In this video, I'm going to answer the question, what is the average height of a FIFA World Cup football player? And that's in 2018. And I've got these data from the FIFA website where they list all of the players for each of the 32 teams with their height and their weight. And so I just inputted all those data into my statistical processor, and I obtained the following answer, and this is the answer in centimeters. The average height is 182 centimeters, 182.4, and the median is 183. And so it's actually above average. The average, depending on how you combine the countries, what the world average is for adult males, probably somewhere about 175, 176 centimeters tall. And so we have an average that's higher than the average in the world. But it is worth pointing out that there are actually a number of relatively short players in the World Cup. And here's a distribution, a histogram of height in centimeters. I'll show you in feet in a minute. But we do have players that are 165, 170 centimeters. They're a minority, obviously, but they're not a negligible minority. A big chunk of players are below average world height, and we do have a portion of the distribution here that has some relatively very tall people, but it's not a normal part of the distribution, which suggests that these players are probably playing very specific positions. When you look at it in height, in feet, this is what you get. The average height is nearly 5'10", and the median, though, is 6 feet, which is impacted by the fact that the distribution is not normally distributed. And you can see that the shortest player is 5'4", 5'4", plenty of players 5'5", 5'6", etc. And then you also get these quite tall players over here. But again, here's that part of the distribution that is not normal. The very tall players seem like they're selected for a very specific reason. And then you get a big chunk of players over here. So the average height is above average, but probably for the typical sport played at the professional level, it's probably certainly the mean is probably on the shorter side in comparison to other well-known professional sports. The last thing I'm going to show you is the order of the countries. The countries on average, there are some differences there where you can see that the Peruvians are on average the shortest team over here, and the Serbians are the tallest, followed by Denmark and Germany, taller than Peru, Saudi Arabia, and Argentina. And here are the actual means if you want to look at that specifically, if you want to look at the very specific means across all the countries. That's for you to look at if you want to. So that's the answer to the question of what is the average height of a FIFA World Cup player.